Welcome to Loudmouth News,
Coming at you from Seattle.
let's talk about it.
New FBI report shows drug arrests are still increasing. What kind of drugs? So it's an opioid epidemic, but that's not what we focus on. We're all things marijuana. But I'm going to click on the story anyway.
Well, they have a uniform crime report. According to the FBI's latest uniform crime report, law enforcement agencies in the county made more than 1.5 in the county. Oh, the country.
I don't want to live there. No, you don't.
No, I don't. In the country, made more than 1.57 million arrests for drug law violations in 2016.
That's an increase of 5.63% over the previous year.
Yeah.
Well, the data also indicates the nationwide one drug arrest made every 20 seconds. Every 20 seconds nationwide.
You know, there's 3 times more arrests for those types of crimes than for violent crimes. Well, I hope so.
Well, that's a good thing.
I hope there's.
That's not
a lot more.
Well, we got to work on the violent crime stat thing.
Yeah.
We have to create more violence so we can, even this out, right? Is that what that's what they're looking for?
Well, this is where most of the crime. I'm glad most of the crimes are much more mellow than violent crimes.
Do you have any idea how fast you were going? 7 miles an hour.
Business. There's the business section on loudmouthnews.com.
That's your arena. So let's get busy on business. This is Loudmouth News. What do you got?
State marijuana law challenged over black farmer license. What is a black farmer license?
Why are you asking me?
Well, because I want to know.
I'm clueless, okay? We got people laughing in the background, okay? Can you read that title again, please?
State marijuana challenged over black farmer license. Wow. A lawsuit challenges the constitutionality of part of a new state law that requires a coveted medical marijuana license to go to a black farmer.
So that's affirmative farming.
It is.
It's affirmative farming.
It's affirmative.
I think anybody who wants to be a farmer of this plant should be able to get a license, unless they're being denied.
Well, they're limited.
So how are we going to do this?
There's a limit to licenses. Just
why does it have to be a black farmer? Can an Asian farmer license?
No, they don't get. They don't get.
Asian farmer.
Indians and the Asians have to go right in there with the white folk and just fight it out.
Let's get ready to rumble!
That sounds like a lawsuit. This just bleeds and smells like systemic racism, and they're.
So you see that as just reverse racism, that it should be the best person, period, no matter what they
absolutely should not be an issue.
Yeah, treat me fair, put me in the same playing field. Let me earn it or not.
Yeah, they want to stand next to that guy and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm qualified just like him. Hey, we have 2 licenses. Okay, you both get licensed.
Great, exactly.
No big deal.
I think we're 100% on the same page on that.
So what else you got there?
Okay, so the North Dakota Highway Patrol took more than 48 pounds of marijuana and marijuana-related products off the street in one stop on I-94.
There really is a lot of weed.
Wow. I wonder were they headed to a dispensary?
Officials say Trooper made a stop Sunday afternoon for a violation, and the canine dog started freaking out.
Well, he would freak out. That's 40-plus pounds of marijuana.
Yeah.
Or whatever else they had.
7 pounds of edible marijuana products and hash oil in the vehicle.
Is there a picture of these guys?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
The driver, 28-year-old Alexander Brown of Marshall, Wisconsin, was arrested for drug possession with intent to deliver and possession of drug paraphernalia. Why wouldn't you just be legal in today's world?
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Are they talking bail money? Are these guys in serious trouble because edibles and 41 pounds of marijuana? I look at the officer and say, officer, I'm headed to a dispensary in Colorado. I have a license to be carrying 41 pounds of marijuana.
Well, yeah, and in today's world, why wouldn't, if you can't be legal, why do it? I mean, that sort of seems like the whole idea of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the problem. Transporting cannabis from one state line to another. That's probably illegal.
No way. Yeah.
So what's the point of this? What is the point of this? Maine licenses cannabis social clubs, but you can't smoke in them.
Well, then you're in trouble if you step on the sidewalk, and that's like drinking outside, isn't it?
You are being charged with drunk in public.
Maine has had its fair share of challenges trying to roll out legislation. Now Pine Street State's going to have the distinction of being the first state in the country to license cannabis social clubs.
You can't smoke inside the social club.
No, you can't. You can't smoke weed, but evidently edibles and tinctures,
That's okay.
which frankly doesn't sound too sociable unless you want to be there all night.
You're gonna walk in there with 6 lozenges in your mouth, and you're good. You're okay, right?
The law regulating recreational pot's under consideration in the state capitol, and it's being delayed by ornery legislators in this point.
Well, you won't have to go outside if you can do the edibles inside. Now it's starting to sound sociable.
Oh, so you can partake in cannabis, but you can't smoke inside just because you can't smoke a cigarette either, though. You could have mixed drinks that had cannabis in it. You could have, other types of things as well. So it'd kind of be like a bar.
It's taking the dispensary to a whole new level. Instead of going in and walking out, you can actually go in and stay.
We do hope that you will enjoy your stay.
Go in and stay.
Why not? Hey, I want a bag of that, one of those, and a bottle of that. What are you going to do with all those people that have been sitting there for 4 hours? Right? What are you going to do with them? This has to be a big place, or perhaps you can get a membership. You don't have to get high at home all the time. You can actually drive to a place and stay.
You could stay.
Where'd you find that story?
Loudmouth News.
Wow.
These home kits will have you making your own edibles. Prepare your best baked jokes now.
Cook it on 420.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you could go to a dispensary in the state of Colorado, Washington, Alaska, Oregon. And it's like making homemade beer.
Yeah, take these new baking kits for making your own cannabis-infused edibles.
So you can buy butter and make cookies and brownies.
Its plan is to send you a pre-batched refrigerated kits that will have you whipping up sweet cannabis-infused edibles at home.
Well, that makes sense. They steal that concept from drug dealers. I want to make you high. So here
we'll make it easy for you.
Right, we'll make it easy for you. You can do it yourself.
And I help.
Yeah, the benefit is you won't have to interact with the mutants at your nearest dispensary. So they say that they actually say mutants.
Whoa, you can't talk about people like that.
Go to your room. Okay.
Their thing is basically you don't have to leave your room. You don't have to talk to anybody.
That's not good for
They'll
the soul.
drop it off.
That's pointless to be in your room by yourself getting high. Not that I would know anything about that.
It's not good for your soul unless you're like on Minecraft or something.
And then I'm gonna build things.
Look at this.
Loudmouth News cleared over 700 radio stations nationwide.
They even got a map. You can click right here, loudmouthnews.com.
Wow, look at that. Hey, that's us. Look at Alaska.
Alaska.
Hi, people in Alaska. You can check out Loudmouth News on KKAD FM in Alaska, Fairbanks, Alaska.
KDXA FM in Des Moines, Iowa.
Indianapolis, Indiana, it's WOLT FM.
WKSL FM, Neptune Beach in Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, check this one out right here. WKKK.
Alabama.
You know what we mean. Let's do that. KDAG FM. Where was that? Any place in Texas?
Texas, yeah, or
Corpus Christi,
Corpus
Texas.
Christi.
Station KNCN FM.
Loudmouth News cleared on over 700 radio stations nationwide.
Seriously, I found it. Hikers require rescue after getting so stoned they get stuck on a mountain.
Hold on. So they climbed up on a mountain and they got what?
They got so stoned.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
No.
Yeah, they got stuck on the mountain, so it required rescuers to come and save these people.
Get to the chopper.
Well, they call them and say, "Oh, we can't get down, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm too high to move.
I can't move, man. I can't feel my toes.
Right. I don't know. What are we going to do, man?
You don't have any feet, man.
I can't move. So that's probably more than cannabis. If you get so high, paranoia sits in, right? They're all scared to death.
Well, and then you've got the difference of the altitude.
It says person stuck on mountain after taking cannabis have to deploy mountain rescue air support and an ambulance to rescue these guys.
Did they fly in and get these guys? Why didn't they just wait for them to like chill out?
Right. I mean,
excuse me, sir. We'll be back in 24 hours.
Right,
Just
because
stay warm.
obviously they're on top of a mountain. The scenery's got to be awesome, right?
So I mean, you're sitting up there on the mountain and you're all stoned, and all of a sudden, you got to be air rescued out of there, and here comes Harrison Ford in his helicopter. No, he actually does that. Harrison Ford has his own helicopter, and he flies the rescue mission.
Well, I know he's a pilot.
Get off my plane.
Yeah, but exceptionally good pilot, a good helicopter pilot. He pilots and donates.
Okay, again, and
his helicopter.
Enlighten me, because he's related to the story, because that's actually what he does. He goes and in his helicopter and rescues people. He becomes part of, he's sort of volunteering kind of guy.
Absolutely. Huh? Not only does he volunteer his helicopter,
well,
but he volunteers
person,
to fly himself. And he's that good that people be like, yeah, let's go fly up in the mountains, and here, you take the yoke.
The yoke. That's what they call it. My brother's a pilot, so I don't fly with him that often, because when he gets up there, he likes to, you know.
I'm egging you on.
My blood go down here and up here and that sort of thing. So I'm
coming out of my shell.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what your insurance
So
covered.
that was your feel-good story?
That was my feel-good story. Well, you can find these stories in just about any other story that's related to marijuana, because we talk about all things marijuana. And I thought it might have been a feel-good story because they were rescued. They, you know,
hey, guys get too high on the mountain, you get rescued.
This is Loudmouth News. Roll credits, right? And people walk out like, man, that was a good movie.
This has been a Loudmouth News break. If you want to hear everything going on in the cannabis industry, then turn into loudmouthnews.com. Let's talk about it.